And so once you now look into investing, and you've made your solid base, then you can start helping people and then basically increase everybody else's knowledge so they can start saving. I don't care how much anybody's making, it doesn't stop them from saving. You know, the first thing you need to do is save 10% of the money that you're making every month should go to savings, no questions asked. Then the easiest way to start off a budget, 10% goes to savings. Don't care. 10% goes to your savings. Second thing, what are your needs? So rent, whatnot, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's sorted. Then what's it called? Add a bit more to savings. No, sorry. After rent and all that kind of stuff, pay any, if you have any credit card debts or anything, pay all the minimum payments, minimum plus £10 or whatever. You know, minimum plus 10% because minimum payments are designed for you to stay in debt. So minimum payments plus 10%. And then, you know, define how much you want to spend on wants. And then at this point is when you will now see how much money you have left. So, you know, you got food and transport sorted and you have left the rest of your money. Then this is where you now decide what your priorities are. So is your priority savings? Is your priority investing? Is your priority building up a pot of money into other stuff? Is your priorities to go out? Is your priorities to enjoy? Is your priorities to, what are your priorities? And then this is the simplest way to start budgeting. And then you kind of know where you're at there and you decide what to do there. So I would say, and then obviously when it comes to you budgeting, it's about making your whole life a bit more holistic to facilitate you achieving your goals, whether that be financial or spiritual. So I would say to you, in terms of budgeting, I would say look through your accounts, or look if either that or kind of it's coming to the end of the month this month, the week before you get your pay, that's when you should kind of plan how your money is going to be spent the next month. Sorry?
That's today.
Yeah, that's when you plan it. But and that's how you plan it effectively. You know, most people are more strapped for cash like a couple of days before payday. That's when people are strapped for cash because they didn't plan it well. So when you plan it, allocate how much you want to spend each week into food or whatnot. If you cook, you know, me, I've got like a food timetable. I kind of buy bulk every, you know, what I'm gonna buy, and then I know what my recurring ones are. So milk, bread, onions, and Scotch bonnet every 2 weeks. I know I'm gonna go get. I've got, you know, so I end up eating well, but somehow only spend like 120 pounds a month on food. But obviously I cook all my food, so if you don't know how to cook, then that's an issue. So
Huge issue.
huh?
I said a huge issue.
No, for
Go
you.
on, sorry.
And so yeah, so start off with yeah, so make a week before you get paid, plan how what you're gonna do. I would say for the next 60 days, check all your accounts every day. Just look at them every day. Open every single account, every single credit card, every single saving account, every single current account. Open every single one every day at least once. And you'll see that the thing is, even if you don't listen to any of the things I've said, if you look at your account today, you look at it tomorrow, you look at it next tomorrow, you look at it, you'll be like, rah, yesterday there was £1,000 there, you know. Today there's 600. What did I buy? Oh, tomorrow there's like 300. Like, my guy, you need to, there's still more days in the month, you know. What's happening? Oh, and then literally, and I would say after 60 days stop, because the people can, yeah, it's because at some point your brain will be like, shit, I know how much in that account. You'll get a bit stressed. It'll be, you know, but look at your account literally every single day for 60 days. Plan your money a week before. I typically, I already kind of planned out my next couple of months. Again, because when it comes to financial goals, it's about you look at a long-term view. You know, I did goal setting and planning here, but there's a more advanced way of how you make your short-term leading to your long-term kind of thing. So, but start off slow. You know, check your account every day. Budget out before the month.
Yes.
Give yourself penalties.
Sorry, say that again.
Give yourself
Budget.
penalty. Budget basically
Um,
plan.
sorry. Do you
Yeah.
mind repeating the budget point?
Oh, I said budget like basically the week before. Basically, plan it before. Plan where your money is going before you even get paid. Give yourself penalties.
Okay.
So like I said, I tax myself if I'm flopping. Even when I started investing, I remember what it was. It's like I still invest, but I'd still, once in a while I'll buy a cheeky lottery ticket. But every time I bought a lottery ticket, I'll take 5 times the amount I bought on a lottery ticket and went and invested it. No question asked. No one told me to go and buy. I saw lollipop. I saw lottery ticket. Now £10 is going into your savings. The £10 didn't want to leave my account, but I had to.
Yeah.
So tax yourself, create penalties for yourself when you're flopping, or just to keep yourself in check. Have multiple accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Out
Yeah.
of
Okay.
sight, out of mind. So use your accounts very efficiently. So if you have your current account, this is how I set up my accounts. I have account for bills. I have account for enjoyment. I account for savings. I have account for savings for X, Y, and Z. I have multiple savings accounts, standing orders. Just once I get paid, I just get my money for spend, and I just be whackering around with the money for spend. If that tells me it's empty, it's like chai. Oh well, chai. I guess I'm ghost. Simple ghost. And so you use your accounts efficiently because again, people, if you kind of know yourself, this is when I say about threats. If you know yourself that you see it there, you think you have money, no, like redirect, leave again, you still want to have a rainy day fund. So obviously I forgot to mention that you have sinking fund, emergency fund, but you want to have a little bit of a rainy day fund. You can start off with just £100. You could make that out to £1,000. And then once you have that rainy day fund, you can, and as long as you never need to go into it, then the extra money you get next month, you don't need, you allocate as you want. You can maybe give out more money to some people or help more people. But then that if let me say you have a car and you need to change a tire, you're not going to go into your emergency fund. You're not going to go into your sinking fund, which are plans for other stuff. You have your rainy day fund there ready for that. You shouldn't really have anything that is going to be over 1K. If it's over 1K, then I don't know what's happening. If it's over 1K, you have problem. That's what you have. That's problem. So yeah, check your accounts, do all of that, use your accounts efficiently. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, so as much as you have taxes for yourself, reward yourself as well. Give yourself a little, when you're allocating your money, give yourself allocate the play money. If you like shopping a lot, I'm not going to take you from 100 to 0. I'm going to take you from 100 to 50. Allocate how much money you are allowed to spend on clothes.
I wish it was just 100.
So, but I'm saying, like, if it's ridiculous, yeah, then you need to take yourself to reasonable. Okay, so if you deep, I mean, it's a pandemic, and all of you man that's spending money in this pandemic is like really on clothes specifically. It's like, come on. But at least if it's food, I understand. You can come out here saying you have pandemic weight. All of this is pandemic clothes. The most you do is ASOS haul on Instagram and YouTube. That's it. The clothes are not going anywhere. There's no Afro Nation. There's no nothing.
They're just collecting dust.
Just collecting dust. So, and this one is only one picture now, and you're not going to wear it again. So make it reasonable. If you're spending £500-600, this is when you're looking at it, when you break down your budget and you write it down on paper, you're like, when you start seeing how much you're spending, you take £600 now and you're spending on clothes that you're not going to even wear most of them. And then you look at it like, you have to understand, if you look at it plain eyes, you're fucking yourself up, mate. There's no reason for this. But £500 a month, that's 6K at the end of the year. That's 6K at the end of the year. Invest that in something, or save that at least. Put it in even if it's collecting small interest, even if it's below inflation, you're better than someone that doesn't have anything. Yeah, that's £500 a month. By the end of the year, you have your 3 months emergency fund if it's 2K per month. That's how much you're planning on. That's what you're doing on clothes every Saturday. It's like, oh, ASOS, pretty little thing. Oh, I'm a pretty little thing. And so, when you start breaking it down, but allocate it, give yourself still, even though I would say, cut it out. Still account for everything. So if I'm gonna spend on clothes anyway, and I know I'm gonna spend on clothes, now you have to manage it. You don't need to don't go to zero, because if you go to from 100 to zero, when you taste a little bit, that person that person that just recovered from drinking, and then they know that they don't enter bars because they know that if they smell it, they're gonna move mad. You
Yeah.
don't. That's how most of us are when we go from 100 to zero. So give yourself a little budget. If it's only, let's say it's only, you've gone from 600 to only £80, that's £20 a week. You go there, you're looking, you actually look for a deal, you find free dresses, two dresses, 9.99, 7.99. All these slippers are nice. You satiate that. But again,
Yeah.
even though you give yourself that budget, you need to space out the budget, because the thing is about managing it. You don't go and get that £100 budget and say, okay, I've done it now. What happens on week 2, 3, and 4 when you're looking at ASOS? You feel like you missed out on a good thing. You're convincing yourself. You're saying, but it's a good deal though. It's a good deal though. It's a good deal though. Like, come on, it's free. Come on, like, this would look good. This would look good on me. Like, you're having a conversation with yourself. No, space out the budget so that it makes sense. So you can actually, even me that cooks a lot, I have a budget for, like, okay, cool, takeout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that, because if not, I know in uni what is happening is that I was cooking. I reached a point where I was like, I can't be asked to be doing this cooking thing. And then it was Nando's, Chinese, Five Guys, Korean, what's it called, Lebanese. I was going Turkish. Boss man was bossing me. Like, fam, it's just a mad because you didn't manage it. Like, once in a while, give yourself that. It feels good when you're doing right, but like at some point, it's all about managing it. Like, for example, my phone. Social media is never a problem for me. If I don't, if I'm busy, I dash my phone. If someone messages me and I'm not busy, I'm no problem. But for some people, they need to really dash their phone, because they know when they're on it, they're there for 6 hours. Then they need to dash their phone. This is when people will be telling me they're doing fast from their phone. You don't need to fast for something. You don't need to fast on anything you're managing well. You understand?
Yeah.
You know what? If you're eating, if you're already eating balanced diet, you don't need to be saying I'm on a diet. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So it's just about
Yeah.
managing it so it's consistent, because that way you're in control. That's all it is. You're in control. It's still there, but you're in control of it. Okay, cool. I'll buy one clove here or there, instead of like, boom, scratching that itch that builds up. That builds up. So yeah, give yourself a budget for all the stuff. Uber, all these kind of things. But understand how you can change your life to incorporate these things.